kids. Today's story is called The Runaway Prince. This is the story of Moses, who grew up as an Egyptian prince, but all the time he knew that he was an Israelite, someone who belonged to the people who follow the true God. There will be 2 more stories on Wednesday and Thursday as we learn about Moses and what he did. On Thursday night, we remember the Passover meal that Jesus ate with his disciples the night before he died. But all these stories will help you understand more about what Jesus was doing. So, the runaway prince. Prince Moses rode along proudly in his chariot. He was on his way to see how the Jewish slaves were being treated. Moses liked being a prince. He rode fast horses, he wore fine clothes, and he ate very nice food. He had done well at school, and everyone knew he was brave and powerful and clever. "I'm ready now to help my people," he said to himself, but he was so proud of himself that he forgot to ask God about what he should do. As his fine chariot swished through the muddy building site, he was horrified when he saw the poor, thin slaves. One old man was so tired that he just couldn't carry his heavy burden of bricks any longer, and he crumpled to the ground. Moses was furious when he saw a cruel Egyptian guard beating the man with a whip. No one seemed to be looking, so Moses jumped down from his chariot and killed the Egyptian man. "Now my people will know I've come to save them," he thought grandly, as he leapt back into the chariot, after pushing the Egyptian into a hole and burying him. But he was wrong. "Who told you to be our leader?" said the slaves, and one of them, who had seen what Moses done, went to tell the king what Prince Moses had done. "He shall die," shouted Pharaoh with rage. So Moses had to run away to a very, very far distant country so that he wouldn't be found and killed. Years later, Moses was a very old man, and he had been so frightened of Pharaoh that he had run away to hide in a very lonely place called a desert. There was nothing but sand and rocks, and the proud prince had become a poor shepherd. But a wonderful thing happened. As he wandered around, looking for patches of dry grass to feed his sheep, he had learned to know and love God. "I'm actually happy here," he thought one day, "but I do hope Miriam, my sister, and my brother Aaron are okay back in Egypt. I never did anything to help the slaves after all. Here I am, just a shepherd." Suddenly he saw a strange fire. It was burning in Sinai, the highest mountain of the desert. As he walked towards it, a deep voice called to him from the middle of the fire. "Moses." "Who's there?" gasped Moses nervously. "I am God," came the voice again. "I have seen how cruelly my people are treated in Egypt. I have heard their cry for help. Go and tell the king to set them free." "Me?" gasped Moses in horror. "But I'm only an old shepherd. The king won't listen to me." "I'll make him," said God. "And then you can take the slaves back to the land I always promised them would be theirs." But I've lived alone in the desert for so long, I've forgotten how to talk to people," Moses said nervously. "I will tell you what to say," said God, "and I have told your brother Aaron to help you. Even now he is on his way to find you." So Moses stopped arguing, and calling his sheep, he began the long walk back to Egypt.